everyone, and welcome. It's Talking Kaizer Chiefs, and I've got Tsepo Masilela, league championship winning Kaizer Chiefs player. And Chiefs fans, everybody's in a good mood. 1-0 victory over Chippa United. It's been a long time coming. Tsepo, 3 points for your old team.
Yes, 3 points, important points, Peter. It was not the best games from the Kaizer Chiefs side, but they got the job done. They needed the points more than the performance or playing entertaining football. They at the point where they need to get points. So to get the confidence of the fans back, and today they did a job. They controlled the game. They managed the game. I thought it was a more of a professional display from the Chiefs team.
I agree. By the way, but in the I think the 84th minute with young Vilakazi losing the ball on the halfway line, the whole team pushing up. If it wasn't for Bvuma's save at the end, a strong, really strong save, a top class save, could have been a different story. 2 points dropped. Do you think the goalkeeper's been an issue? We did that show. I did a show with Mike Morton on the stats when it showed that there's goalkeeping problem, a major goalkeeping problem with Peterson and Natwari. I've always liked Bvuma, by the way. I've never understood why he's always been third choice. But I don't think he put a foot wrong in this game.
No, definitely. He had a great game. It was a quiet game up until that point where he had to make that crucial save. But again, it's not only a keeper's job. If you look at the numbers, the shots at goal and the saves of the keeper, it talks to the whole team. Before they get to the keeper, there's players in front of the keeper. So if the guys don't protect the keepers, then it becomes a problem. But it was a crucial save. You need such saves to win you points, to win you games in football. So well done to Bruce. First clean sheet of the league.
But a beautiful, big, strong hand down to the bottom. And listen, those have been going in. So 10 out of 10. We'll talk about the goalkeeper situation. What I found was interesting after the game, Nabi's after-match comments, because before he spoke, I thought to myself, you know what, this Chiefs team showed they not just have to go flat out on the front foot like Tottenham Hotspurs. They can do what Ainge can't do, change a little bit. And Nabi's not Ainge. I thought Nabi told them, listen, let's play with a little bit more control. Let's play, we're not flat out on the front foot. Let's be a bit more patient. Let's wait for the right opportunities and play slightly more defensive. Yet when Nabi's after-match comments, he said that if he was disappointed the team didn't play off on the front foot, and he said they played with fear, and the mindset wasn't positive. It was kind of more negative, and he's basically made it sound as if the players took it upon themselves out of fear, played more defensively. Yet I thought that was needed, actually. I thought that actually was the right thing to do, to go back to basics and actually be patient and get a 1-0 win. As you said earlier, 3 points. What do you think of that? What do you make out of him saying this is not what he wanted, but they got the 3 points? You've been a player recently. Do players sometimes take it in their own hands psychologically? What happened there?
No, I also listened to him, but I think he was more saying that they are not in a good space as a team. So the players, they quite aware that they haven't been bringing the results. And they, after taking the lead, they somehow played a cautious game. Like they were more cautious. They were not like attacking as much as he needed. But at the same time, he did mention that it's a psychological thing. When you haven't been getting the results, it gets into the player's mind that, hey, guys, once we take a lead, come on, guys, clean sheet. You're thinking about a clean sheet now. You're not thinking about scoring the next goal. So I think it was a case of the players thinking about, if we keep a clean sheet, we win this game. Because we already have a goal. We have the lead, we 1-0 up. So I think he also did mention that psychologically, but hopefully they can build from these results going forward.
I think the players showed maturity there, but taking some kind of responsibility on the field themselves. That's the first thing. Secondly, I don't know if this was something he decided or the players did it themselves, but I'm sure it was him involved, is that they seem to play with a back three, really, with Frosler pushing more as an additional midfielder. That's to a certain extent because the way Chippa play with very defensive side, really playing not to lose as opposed to trying to win. What did you think? What did you make of that? I thought it made them a little bit more solid.
Yeah, it brought a bit of stability. I did also notice that the clocker was not like playing as a left back, modern left back that bombs up and down the line. On build up, they kept the clocker next to the two center backs, more like a 3. three-man defense, and River had the freedom, the license to attack, to go forward and try help the attack. So it brought them stability, and you try when you play against a team like Chippa, you try manage the counter attacks because maybe
Right.
with adding one more center back and staying with three, you can manage the counter attacks.
Well, it worked well. It worked well. Tell me, no Sereno again. It allowed for Chubba to get more of the ball, but what have you heard anything? Is he really injured, or we'll see after the second half of the season, I suppose. Really, but have you heard anything about it?
No, I haven't heard anything regarding Serena. I was also asking myself, is he injured or is he, just been dropped from the squad? But again, they were quite flat. It was a flat game today, but what a goal from Du, that individual brilliant solo run, top stuff. And you can see that he wants it more. When sometimes
Yeah.
you can from the body language and how he conducts himself, you can see he wants it more. And we hope from here he can only improve and get better and better. But coming back to Sereno, I guess we'll see in the new year what's the story.
Correct. If you look at the stats, Chiefs need Serena playing. But talking about Shaba, I think he's an absolute top class talent. I think the more he gets on the ball at Kaizer Chiefs and the more responsibility they give him, and I'm not talking about overexposing the youngster. When you look at Moffat King at Pirates, he plays regularly. He's given the ball because he's the best player there by no doubt. And I look at Chiefs and I think Shaba is definitely the best footballer there. And go past 3-4 players in the box and finish with his weaker foot, so-called weaker foot. He's a class player, and class players need to be given the ball. And I think they should play him a little higher up, actually. And if there are problems there, this is a guy that I think Chiefs can build a team around. And I'm not putting pressure on him, but good players. By the way, Tsepo, a lot of fans say, "Oh, don't push the youngster, don't put him under
Yes,
pressure." You'll tell the fans out there, top players, whether they're 19 or 26, want pressure. They want the ball. They want to be the main man, and they want people in the squad and the coaches to believe in them and give them that responsibility. And I think it goes to someone like Vilakazi as well. I mean, you've played with players like that, I'm sure.
yeah, definitely. Top players, you build the team around them. It's not necessarily meaning they have to do all the job, but in certain teams, if you have a special talent, you build a team around that talent, around that individual. And looking at Shabalala is, he still has time to grow, and I think he's one for the future. And definitely, Chiefs can build their attack around him. Because I think he's also a massive, massive talent for not just for Chiefs but for South African football.
I think Shabalala's future is right now. We'll take a short break and we'll get back to you and talk about who Chiefs should be looking to sign. Welcome back, everybody. It's Talking Kaizer Chiefs with Peter Du Toit and Tsepo Masilela. And please, guys, don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to comment, and to share the show with all your friends. And click the bell, ring the bell so you can get notifications. Right. Let's look at, if you look at the squad, nice end to the first half of the season. But it's not all hunky-dory. Players need to be signed. Let's just go through it. The goalkeeping department. We did the stat show with Mike. It was clear they need to do something about the goalkeeping department. I think Natwari and Peterson are not first-team material, certainly not now while their confidence is down. Do they stick with Bvuma, or do they go and get another keeper as well? What would you do?
I would stick with Bvuma, breaking the bank right now for a keeper, and I wouldn't really go that route. As long as you organize your defense and how you defend, Peter, you don't have to expose the keeper too much, and you can manage that with Bavuma. I think also Peterson. I think they should stick with them and going forward, I think they should strengthen in the midfield. They really need a number six, a modern number six
Correct.
who can play, help the team when they're in the build up phase, and who can also defend. And I would also look at the striker, getting a striker. That's where
Before
I
you go
would
to the
break the bank.
striker, before you go to the striker, I agree with you on the goalkeeper. I think Bvuma should be. I personally think Bvuma should be given until the end of the season. And if he does the business, keep him. If he doesn't, then they can get a new keeper. But before we go to the striker, that sixth position, I agree with you totally. Blom hasn't been the success we'd like him to have been. Would you agree there? Oxford has done well, but he's not. A, he's not a youngster, and B, he's not that good on the ball, and he lacks a bit of mobility. So. We're a bit harsh on him, but I agree with you. They definitely need a player there. But just a quick question: you don't think Zwane can do the job there?
At six, no, I don't think he can. He
No.
tends to relax too much on the ball and he gets caught in position. Sometimes he wants to play these nice 1-2s, coming out with 1-2. Then you really need a solid player that's aware of the surrounding around him. When you have to play simple, play simple. When you have to play forward, play forward. You don't. Zwane is more of a, I don't know, how do they call it, the fancy eight, that wants to play 1-2,
Right.
wants to use his body and takes too many touches on the ball. Sometimes, for me, in my opinion, it takes too many touches on the ball, and opponent can plan around you. And once they press in that position, once you lose the ball, they go straight to your defense and to your goal. So I think Zwane 8-10 maybe.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you because he's got tremendous ability. If they can get him right and playing with a little bit more urgency, I think he could be a top player. Excuse me. Who is anybody in the PSL that you look at? Obviously, they're not going to get anybody from Sundowns or Chiefs. Or Pirates. Is there anybody in the PSL that you should look at who could play that role?
Right now, unfortunately, Mukocha, they didn't pounce on Mukocha. I still believe Mukocha, if they can get Mukocha, he's a more than six for me, in my
Yeah,
opinion. And, but I'm sure it will be tough to get him from Cape Town now.
you never know. John Comedians is a selling selling club owner. But they need to get somebody from overseas. Talking the striker position, that goes without saying. They definitely need a striker, without a doubt. Anybody again in the PSL that you could look at, that you could name?
They definitely need to break a bank for the striker. That's where when you call it breaking a bank, and that's the position that they should prioritize. Going to the next window. And I heard they were mentioning the boy that's playing in Egypt, Mayala or something.
Yes. Fiston.
Yes, about yeah, Christian. I would look at someone like that. I did see a bit of his game. He's a forceful striker. He scores goals. He's got the pace. He can finish, and go outside the borders to break the bank and bring someone who can hit the ground running. You don't need someone who's still gonna adjust or take 2 years to to be ready. They need a striker that's gonna score today.
And that'll take a lot of pressure off the rest of the players. Let's take a short break and then we'll talk about what's going to happen in the second half of the season.
The Carling Black Label Cup is here to put the power back in your hands. Fagugesi at the Carling Cup on 21 December at Orlando Stadium. Buy a Carling Black Label and vote for your Carling All-Stars. T's and C's apply. South Africa, be sharp. Not for persons under the age of 18.
Welcome back. SoccerBeat, talking Kaizer Chiefs, Tsepo and Du Toit. Guys, the big question now, is this team good enough with this win under their belt? Is things going to turn around, and can the team look at a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, top 8 finish? Tsepo, you've been very vocal about from the start of the season. You've always said you maintain this as a top 4 or 5 team. Your confidence must have wavered slightly, but how do you feel right now after today?
After today, Peter, I still think they're not far off, and if they can get a good results, wins in succession, they should be top 5, top 4, maybe pushing it, but I still believe in our league, in the PSL, once you get three wins on the trot, it makes a huge difference. And I still believe they can push, for number 4, if not 5. And there's also Nedbank Cup to play for, so it's all not lost. There's still a long way to go.
I think this Chiefs team if they, they were a lot unlucky and goalkeeping mistakes and so on and so forth. If they can be strong at the back and strong keeper with Bvuma there's all likelihood. There's no reason why. And you look at just as you say, 3 points. There's no reason why this team can't come in the top 4, 5, 6. Certainly 4 or 5, I think, is there. And I definitely agree. A cup run is almost on the cards. Big test will be Cape Town City away from home. That's going to be the big test. City lost against AmaZulu. I think Eric Tinkler's job could be in a bit of jeopardy there, which actually may not argue well for Chiefs, because away from home and, a team that if they get a new coach or they've got nothing to lose. But it'll be an interesting game. I think it'll be a full house. I will definitely be there. But to everybody out there, SoccerBeat wishes you a happy new year. Please be safe and enjoy. We want to see you all, plus more of you in 2025. Tsepo, take us out.
Thank you very much to all the SoccerBeat lovers. We appreciate your support. Wish you everyone a happy new year. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Let the beat do the talking.
Hey, I like it. Cheers, everyone.
SoccerBeat, ouça!